The leaders of the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities, ASUU, are said to be mobilizing their members for strike should government fail to meet its demands in the next 2 weeks, starting from September 28, 2025, and that the leaders met again this last Sunday, October 5, 2025, and resolved to intensify the mobilization because the response from government is not forthcoming, at least not in the positive way that the leaders expected. But what are the possible reasons for that on the part of government? Three reasons. Three plausible reasons why the government is reluctant or appears reluctant. One, that ASUU leaders always mix the welfare of their members with demand for funding of universities, financial revitalization of the universities. ASUU leaders have been prioritizing funding of universities, revitalization of universities, and related issues like visitation panels. So these are capital intensive demands which ASUU leaders put in the forefront of their demands only as appendix welfare of ASUU members. Is that a workers' union or a human rights organization? There's nothing wrong asking for adequate funding of universities and giving money for revitalization. There's nothing wrong with that. But when leaders of a workers' union don't know the primary expectation of a workers' union, but rather saying funding of universities take precedence over welfare of the members, there's definitely something to worry about. And you can see that all the unions, the workers' unions that are focused on the welfare of their members, they have been having regular increment of salaries, however inadequate, except for ASUU since 2013 till date. But the same ASUU that ASUU leaders that are saying welfare of ASUU members is not the overarching priority, prioritize membership due of members on monthly basis. We shall come to that. But let's take it. Government can be confused because ASUU leaders put in the forefront funding of universities, revitalization funds for the universities, which are capital intensive in themselves. Added to that, welfare of ASUU members. So if you are government, where do you go from here? Confusion being created by the leaders of ASUU. In the second instance, what is the second one? Since 2013 till date, the leaders of the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian Universities have been taking from government a fraud called earned academic allowance, which is not any workers' earned academic allowance, but a bribe given by government to ASUU leaders, upon which ASUU leaders have been suspending strike since 2013 till date. In 2022, ASUU members refused to suspend refused to end the strike with another earned academic allowance, 2013 to 2022. In 2022, ASUU members came to their senses and said, what is the meaning of this so-called earned academic allowance? Upon which ASUU leaders will confuse us to agree to end the strike. And in 2022, they say no, they were not going to do that. And that was the reason the government imposed no work, no pay. All the years when the ASUU members were being cooperating with ASUU leadership getting fraudulent and academic allowance, government did not declare no work, no pay. And you know the agony that ASUU members went through. The leaders are the one controlling 2% of each workers' monthly salary monthly since 2012 and 3% since 2024 under this government. ASUU leaders, despite the refusal of ASUU members in 2022, but ASUU leaders who know what they are getting from fraudulent and academic allowance and insisted on it, also got another fraudulent and academic allowance from this same government this year, 2025. So you expect government to have forgotten that quickly. So that's the second point. That's the second point. In the third instance, one of the demands of ASUU is that government has not been faithful to remission of third-party deductions, the check-off dues of members. But ask yourself, even when it was 2% of each worker's monthly salary monthly of ASUU members, government has always been reluctant to deduct all of that money to ASUU. 2% of each worker's monthly salary monthly. Close your eyes and imagine professors, associate professors, senior lecturers, lecturer 1, lecturer 2, assistant lecturer, graduate assistant, all categories, 2% of each worker's monthly salary monthly. So every month for government to gather that huge amount of money, for what? Is it a business organization or a workers' union? Choosing some among them to be the mouthpiece of the union, common workers. A percentage of each worker's monthly salary monthly becomes membership due on monthly basis. 2% since 2012 to 2024. 3% since 2024 till date. So, if government repents of fraudulent EAA, it has paid one this year, 2025. And rather than cautioning ASUU leaders, indeed sanctioning ASUU leaders for that level of extortion. A percentage of each worker's monthly salary monthly as a membership due, as a monthly membership due, unheard of any workers' union in the whole world. So, 3 reasons government may be confused. Mixing funding of universities with welfare of their members, and saying that welfare of the members is not the overarching priority of a workers' union. And 2, having colluded with government to be getting fraudulent and academic allowance since 2013 up to 2025, when you have taken another fraudulent and academic allowance from government. And that was why the Minister for Education, Dr. Al-Maruf Olatunji Alausa, when he heard of ASUU threatening strike, said, no, it's a fake news. It's not possible. I'm in communication with them. They are in communication with me. I have their numbers. They have my number. So, and for government with conscience, why? Because there's no morality. It started under the presidency of Goodluck Ebele Asikwe Jonathan in 2012. Percentage deduction. As from 2013, fraudulent EAA, both of them started under the presidency of Goodluck Jonathan, perpetuated by Muhammadu Buhari, and now by Bola Ahmed Tinubu. After all, he agreed to pay the fraudulent. He indeed paid another fraudulent and academic allowance. We don't know the extent to which is helping ASUU leadership to extort 3% of each ASUU members' monthly salary monthly for ASUU leadership in the name of a workers' union. So there is problem to be solved beyond the 2009 agreement. The 2009 agreement is fundamental, is primary. But extortion of a percentage of each worker's monthly salary monthly as monthly membership subscription, when it is not a business organization, it's not a cooperative society, fraudulent and academic allowance, and government and university administrators are cooperating with all and sundry. Oh God. Oh my God, this is a case of head to toe corruption, pure Boko Haram. Credit to Mohammed Yusuf, the founder of the Boko Haram Muslim community, accusing Nigeria's rulers, religio-political rulers, as perpetrating haram, abuse of Western education for misappropriation and of Nigeria's public funds is what is rightly called Boko Haram. Exploitation of people in church, mosque, and society. And Bola Ahmed Tinubu came in 2023 promising reform in the education sector, only to stop adequate funding of education and replacing it that students should come for loan. I don't know what positive thing Nigerians will say of the so-called All Progressives Congress and Tinubu's renewed hope agenda. How do you renew the hope of the members of the Academic Staff Union of Nigerian universities being extorted of a percentage of each worker's monthly salary monthly? A percentage of a worker's monthly salary every month, and even losing their allowances in the name of fraudulent and academic allowance. And And the presidency of Bola Ahmed Tinubu has been cooperating with all and sundry since 2023 till date, while mounting renewed hope agenda and reform in the education sector, reform of student loan, a fraud-prone scheme